Hey folks, welcome to this week's Commanders List. I have a different setup. You can see here, this is a white background. Trying to do some different lighting techniques as well to improve these videos. So please chime in about whether or not you like it or not. If you're new to the Commanders List, this is the cult following, I guess, is what it's kind of turned into, where I offer 9 really cherry-picked mostly US coins for sale. There's also an email that goes out if you want to get on it. But if you like this, at the end of it, please hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're making great progress. And with that said, let's get started. Actually, no, one more thing. The market is really good right now. Most of you that have been following me for literally decades now know that I have a bit of a bearish bias. The ANA show in Oklahoma City, if you walk away from that show with the bearish bias of the coin market, you just really are a perma bear. And I am a realist. I know that there are weaknesses in our overall economy and in the system, but let me tell you, people are putting money into tangible things, and it showed at this show. So anyway, if you want to rap about it on the phone or on email, please let me know. With that said, let's get started. 1885, most people, if you're a Liberty nickel collector, know that in business strike, this is a key date. But in proof, it's obtainable. So a lot of people, if they want an uncirculated piece, go the proof route. And this is a great example. In a Rattler holder, 64 CAC. High end for the grade, shot at 65, but a little bit of natural haze on this coin. Light cameo, I wouldn't say enough for a cameo designation, but it's close. There's a little bit of that haze on the reverse, which is a little bit more prominent. Probably sat reverse down in a cabinet or in a backed album. Very nice look to it. I'm asking $1,500 for this coin. Obviously, there's a Rattler premium, and there's a little bit of that premium for the 1885 date. All right, what do we got next? All right, common date, Buffalo nickel. I went through and picked this list very quickly just from stuff that I had picked up at ANA. So this is none of the inventory that I had bought before. Pricing this right in between 66 and 67 money. There was an NGC non-CAC'd coin that sold for $550, I think. I'm pricing this at $550. This is a CAC'd coin, very high end. Probably not quite enough pop to 7, but it sure is nice looking. Traditional silky nickel toning. Well struck. Yeah, really well struck. 36S's from San Francisco come nice. But this is, I think, the toughest coin out of the kind of like late run, the 36 to 38D. Anyway, I said $550 on that coin. This coin, I think, is my favorite of the entire listing today. If you're a super coin nerd, you recognize when a coin looks different, right? Like you've just seen so many of them that the fabric catches your eye. This is a coin that has different fabric than normal. It's semi-proof-like. I'm trying to show that right now. You can see the die polish lines that are all over this coin. It's probably polished, and then right after that, this coin came out and was somehow saved. A little bit of light sparkle in the fields there. That's grade limiting, I would say, because though that's not die polish. So like this right here, really important to be able to tell die polish from like light lines. So those right there are lines, and then right here, these are die polish. If you get a high power loop, you can see the difference because the die polish are raised. And the hairlines, like that little blinky right here, those are not raised. Important thing to look at. This coin has an APR in the 5,000s, I think in 2017. Somebody clearly recognized that it was a special coin. The reverse, like look at that cameo. I mean, this is just a very interesting coin. Anyway, it can be yours for $7,500. That's full price guide. Most 11Ds do not look like this. They have that same sort of like low relief, sort of not striking look. This coin is incredibly striking in hand. This is a box of 20 coin. It's great for type, but it's also great if you're a barber collector. This is registry quality, $7,500. Love that piece. All right, here's just a common Morgan with an uncommon look. Very high end for the grade. Probably a little too chippy to get into a 5-holder over there, but in a PL coin with that clean of a cheek, it certainly has a chance. Older holder, this is the one piece, not the 2-piece bathing suit, as I like to say. It's a 1-piece, blast white, high end. Nice cameo, which you would expect for a PL. I bought this from my table mate, who was an excellent table mate. If you're listening to this, David, thank you for all the help. And this coin is $600. Nice mirrors. Look at the mirrors on that coin. All right. Next up is a GSA. This is in a non-unk holder. The box, just take my word for it, is not hinged. So there's that one little issue. But it does come with a card, not an unk card. But I bought this coin right before ANA, actually. So I guess I lied. This is just one that I did have before. Look at the rainbow on this. So you got, it looks like this was sitting up against, and maybe the bag moved, or it was like really pressed up against things on the bag here, and then like there was a little fold in the bag that came through. It's always fun to try to figure out how these things go, because this is like a double crescent, right? So here you got terminal, kind of deep purple toning, and then you have another toning set that comes in, this rainbow. Obviously 84cc, the most common cc of the GSAs. The reverse is white. Nothing remarkable on the reverse. It does have a CAC sticker, and it does have a double rainbow. I am asking $600 on this coin as well. And it's worth every penny. That's just a neat toning pattern. If you like GSAs and you like toners, good opportunity. Okay, what is next here? This different setup is throwing me off my game a little bit. 1900 proof 2.5. Pretty sexy coin. So 1900 is one of these weird dates where it acts as a type coin in the proof 2.5 series. So this is definitely type coin money. It's going to trade just like an 1898 or a 1902, maybe not a 1902 if it's DCAM. Clearly a DCAM coin. But 1900 has some monster like 67s, and I think a couple 68s that are stickered. That being said, this is not going to break the bank for a lot of people. I'm asking 19,250. That should be in line with other stuff that have sold. This coin has great look. It's fresh. There's no auction records that I can find, although I didn't check great collections. CPG is $20,000, and you'll see if you do your research that it is in line with that. Nice orange peel toning that you can, or not, orange peel surfaces actually, that you can see in here. I love how proof gold looks, and I love proof gold when it looks like this. Mintage of 205, proof type, good opportunity. All right, next up, a little something more pedestrian that I bought there. And this is a 56S, and it's certainly not the toughest S mint from the 50s. But, you know, I think I bought this for $12.25, and I'm selling it for $13.50. You know, what does it melt for today? $800 and change. That just seems like a no-brainer for an S mint Fairmont $5 gold piece. cool piece of old gold. Got a nice look to it. Obviously circulated. Obviously sat in that vault in South America for quite some time. And here it is, $13.50. A lot of rarity for not much premium over gold. All right, second to last coin, the penultimate coin. This one, 11D, which would be kind of cool with that 11D 50 cent that I sold, or that I'm selling. $68.50 for this coin. So this is 11D and 58 is kind of like a blue chip coin, I think of it. They're out there, they can be found. 11D is not an easy date at all within the 10 Indian series, especially in 58 when they look nice. I left a sticker on there. Usually de-sticker all these coins. Coin's never going to be unk. It should never be unk. You can see it's just light handling. A little bit of rub right there. Eagle shoulder, always a place to look. Face has like a few ticks, but you can just see that there's just light circulation right in here. Get to know how Indians look in 58 and how they look when they're really unk. It's so important to be able to buy raw coins at the right price point with this look. This is classic AU58 CAC look, right? A lot of people will mistake this coin as uncirculated when they go to buy it. I am asking $68.50, which is right in line with what other coins have sold with 58 CAC stickers. And a great key date. All right, last coin. This video, I'm running my mouth a lot, is getting a little long. 1922 Saint. So the two-piece doily is in place, but there is like a little stress fracture right there. It's not loose, but there is just like a little crack, and it looks like a little one maybe down there too. I know holder people care about that. But nonetheless, this coin during the COVID craze would have sold probably for even more. But anyway, what does it melt for? $3,400. I'm asking $4,150 for a cool 1922 doily. 1922s, obviously this coin is nowhere near a 5+, but they really jump in the higher grades. They're very, very common in the low grades, but they're not common in doily holders with CAC stickers, so you're paying a little bit of a premium, but it's also a great gold investment, and you're certainly not going to be buried in a coin like this at $41.50. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the attention. I hope you guys had a great ANA, and if you didn't make the ANA, try to make it next year. It's always, always, always a great show. Great to see everybody that showed up, and until next week, happy hunting.